Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm gonna step back into the back alley here. Took 2 steps out. Anyway, how y'all doing? It's around a little after 7:30 a.m. this morning. It just was good morning. Let's go, Benji. Let's go. Let's go. Anyway, that was the first. That was the first car happenstance encounter this morning. But anyway, I wanted to make a video because I wanted to talk about marijuana. I wanted to take this time, this Thursday morning, to talk about marijuana, specifically marijuana legalization. So what do y'all think about it? So I know I've talked about it before on my social media videos that I've shared with y'all, and I want to talk about it again. See, my argument, my political belief is that marijuana should be legal, medicinally, recreationally, and not a limit on how much an individual or entity has in their possession. Let's go, Viju. Get my bubble 1 second. Anyway, let's go, Viju. Let's go. Oh, nice. He's just going. Anyway, so, yeah, I think that benefits a lot of people. I saw a Texas Tribune article that said Republicans, just the headline, I didn't read the article, even though I think the articles are free. Benji, let's go. 1 second. You gotta wait. Okay. So anyway, that said Republicans want to lower high property tax rates. And that in the future, and that presently property taxes bring in, what was it, 81 million? Almost half the budget, I think, is the headline of the Texas Tribune tweet, which I'll go ahead and like on my Twitter just in case. I haven't done that yet, if you're wondering. But anyway, so obviously as far as funding, putting a tax on marijuana, whether it's a sales tax or, I don't know, luxury tax, I think would probably be beneficial. And as far as the answer to that question of Texas Republicans want to lower property taxes, but it's half the budget allocated for this session, this legislative session. How do they propose to make up for those funds? Marijuana legalization? That's just starting there. I think that's probably a good place to start. Anyway, um, uh, as far as the age, um, obviously open to discussion. Um, but if you're wondering my personal opinion on it, I think it should be minimum 18 and up. And, you know, feel free on this platform to have a discussion, a productive conversation, debate uh, of uh, the age, the minimum age. But if you're wondering for me, I think it's 18. Um, so yeah. Um, so what else? Um, I think it should be, even though it'd be great for state, I think it should be done federally. Um, I don't think there should have to be a drug test for marijuana if you're a state or federal government worker. Um, and as far as medicinal, obviously that's interesting. Can you imagine people getting marijuana farms getting subsidies because they help veterans with PTSD? So on and so forth. I've been reading in the sexually oriented businesses state code, Texas code, not the penal code, that's a different code, but I'm also looking into that. And as far as a sexually oriented business location, where there's entertainment and performances, the business has to every entry is a $10 fee to the Texas comptroller, and that goes towards the I forget the exact words for it. It's like the sexual assault victims fund. Obviously, can't really complain about that, right? I'm not sure how much they didn't in the code, in the Texas code, they don't say any sort of other regulation about finances, what those businesses can charge or not. But they do, the only regulation that they put on those businesses is it's $10 per entry, and it goes towards the sexual assault victims fund, which there's more about that in the Texas code, but I haven't looked that up yet. But I didn't know if y'all were aware. I wasn't aware. Now I'm aware, and maybe now y'all are aware too. And again, that's the state code. So anyway, obviously there's a lot of efficient ways to go about things, and I noticed with the regulations in the Texas code for the sexually oriented businesses, I'm not comparing the two, but I'm just researching sexually oriented businesses, and so that's kind of informing me a little bit on this whole marijuana legalization. The code specifically states about regulation for the there's 3 things they list: public safety, welfare, and why they have a code and why they regulate these sexually oriented businesses is they say 3 things throughout it, which is public safety, welfare, and one more thing I can't remember right now. I forget. But it's along those lines. And that's why they have those regulations. Otherwise, a business is a business. People have certain freedoms, and the government is there to regulate public safety, right? So that I'm just saying that because they stress this whole, the Texas Code stresses this not telling people how to live their lives, whether they're a customer or manager or whatever, but just trying to have public safety be there at the forefront. So, one second. So anyway, with that being said, I think that can definitely translate parallel with marijuana legalization. Again, whether that be your the customer or the business manager, whatever. It's about people have certain rights. The government is not here to tell people exactly in the manner in which they should live their lives, and then condemn them for it, legally speaking, financially speaking, all that, but to look out for public safety. It is, of my opinion, marijuana legalization, specifically marijuana, it is falls under that category of, if that's a manner in which you want to live your life, then the only way the government should be in your way, stand in your way, and then condemn or punish, whatever words you want to use, is for public safety. So yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to say. I think it should be legal. In this day and age, obviously, not understanding why it's not, other than maybe there's people who benefit from it being illegal. They own Squaw Creek, in my opinion. I cannot put my coffee cup here, or that Honda CR-V goes right there. Oh, Frida's on her way. 7:45 on the dot. Banjo, wait. So anyway, let's go, Bobby Banjo. Let's go. I think it should be legal. I think it should be. I don't think there's a stigma about it. Whatever stigma there used to be about marijuana, I don't think is there anymore. Just in my experience, and so I don't think I have schizophrenia. And a follow-up, I don't think I have marijuana-induced schizophrenia. Okay, again, my opinion. But yeah, I think it should be legal. I think people shouldn't be going to jail because of marijuana possession. I don't think hiring somebody should hinge on if they're a marijuana user or not, and how frequently they are a marijuana user. So, oh, and if you're wondering, if you're a sexual offender, registered as a sexual offender, you cannot be employed or own a sexually oriented business here in the state of Texas. I'm just throwing that out there. And this is back alley. So anyway, y'all have a good one. I'm gonna go to the zoo again today. The places where I didn't go last time. Oh, and I also wanted to mention this. One second. I also wanted to mention this. What do you call it? Marijuana smoke situation. I don't know if maybe marijuana is legalized across the board. There's going to be paraphernalia that can help with that. I don't see it too much as a problem. One, because of things are already established. For instance, with alcohol, it's like, oh, you can't, if this establishment has alcohol, you can't leave the premises with it. You can't bring alcohol on the premises or whatever, stuff like that. So as far as that goes, like I said, regulation and public safety, these things seem to be set. I saw a smelling of marijuana around schools, like public schools, like under 18. Obviously, that's an issue. So, but as far as like not looking at the worst possible scenarios of things, I don't really see much about it. I don't have any lung issues. My mom does, but she can detect really quickly when there's like a cigarette smoke, and she says, "Oh, is that a cigarette smoke?" And then that's that. So obviously, I feel like that's not a huge issue. And as far as like Congress works and stuff, state and federal, there's things get amended all the time. So if this is all getting hinged on, oh, but the marijuana smoke, some people don't want to smell it. I would say it's not hinged on that. It's the marijuana legalization part that's probably what they want to prevent from happening. Not this, oh, I'm for marijuana legalization, just I don't want to smell it, so you can't pass it type situation. I mean, I think till this day people are still going to prison for it for whatever reason. I don't know, which I think is absolutely insane, for marijuana possession. So, and or intent to distribute. So anyway, that's my video this morning about marijuana legalization. Another zoo day. Then I'm going over to Kimmy's, getting out of this neighborhood. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later.